I am here for another beer review of 1001 beers you must try before you die. And this beer we're about to review did raise an eyebrow when I first saw it, because it's not a beer I drink very regularly, in fact almost never, but you see it quite often. So I'll tell you a bit about it and see if you can guess what it is. It's from England, first brewed in 1952, it's 4.5%, and it's what used to be regarded as the most sublime of British ales, apparently. And it's Haydale. Heyday. Now, here's an interesting one. So, it uses a classic system which was introduced in the 1840s and was at the time widely used for the production of better ales. Apparently, at the start of fermentation, the beer is transferred into 264 linked oak barrels with carbon dioxide, a byproduct of fermentation, helping to expel the yeast off the beer through swan-necked pipes into troughs. Brewers regarded the system as unparalleled for the production of bright, clean, strong-tasting pale ales, and this brewery is the sole survivor of this expensive system. So, the brewery is Marsden's, who's one of the sort of macro brewers now almost, or regional brewers in the UK. They own a lot of pubs, and they've swallowed up a lot of different breweries as well. I think they've just bought Charles Wells. So it is Pedigree we're reviewing. I haven't had this for a very long time. I don't think I've ever had it in bottle. I don't even know what to think about what this is going to be like. So interestingly, compared to the cask version, this is 0.5% stronger. And it says here, this is recognition that bottled beers often need a little more strength than their cask conditions for others to ensure an appetising flavour and mouthfeel. So, Pedigree's last remaining beer is still brewed using the Burton Union system. Okay, well, so the design is pretty ubiquitous. You've probably seen it lots of times before. Let's just go straight to it. There's a nice bit. I do like the embossing on the bottle there. It's a very classic beer bottle. I don't go to any frills in it. You know, the bottle cap is just plain. Right, so let's have a go at the old Pedigree. Unfortunately, this is what loads of head. Oh, crikey. That's what a lot of people call boring brown beer. Or I've also heard the term twig beer being used, which I'm not really a fan of, but some people use it. No, this has its place in British brewing and British beers. A lot of people do like it. This has just got a huge head. I'm quite surprised by how much fermentation is in here. Let's leave the rest of that to the side for a moment. Right, so there are 3 tasting notes. Gentle caramel notes on the nose with a hint of the Burton Snatch. Ooh, Burton Snatch. A waft of struck match sulphur that was a byproduct of the mineral witch? I'm not Jonathan Ross. I can't speak. Mineral-rich waters of the area, as Burton on Trent. Let's smell that. Toasted, biscuity maltiness also in the background. It's actually got a nice aroma. It does smell a little bit of caramel, and it has got that kind of little bit of maltiness. So it's not without aroma. That is quite good. But the head is huge and thick. Tiny little bubbles making this up, and so it's sort of make this kind of ice cream top almost. It says the mouthfeel is rounded and voluptuous with interplay between spicy hop and a soft billowing of malt sweetness before a lasting dry finish. That's a really weirdly written tasting notes. I bet it was written by Marsden's themselves. Right, so let's go for the taste. Or might let the head go down. So, yeah, interesting. I'm not quite sure what to say about the actual book. Interesting, in the actual book it shows it being at 5% beer, but it's clearly not. It's 4.5%. Weird. Right, let's go for this. Cheers. It's okay. It tastes like a malty brown bitter, which is exactly what you'd expect from this beer. Let's put the rest out. It's never going to set the world alight, but if you like a a boring brown bitter. This is fine. It's almost like hops would never. You wouldn't even know there being any hops in it. There's almost no hop taste. It's pure caramel malt, sort of biscuity. A little bit of a chemically. Trouble with these mass-produced bottles you find from these huge brewers or regional brewers in the UK. There is a tang of chemical and preservative that I don't really like. It is. That's the aftertaste, unfortunately. It's a sort of chemical taste. The initial taste is sort of caramel, and then the aftertaste is kind of chemical. So, I mean, would I rather have this or Doom Bar? I'd probably rather have Doom Bar, to be honest. That's unfortunately, if I was going to see this if I was in a pub, I knew the beer was in good condition. It was Doom Bar or Pedigree. It was going to be Doom Bar, I'm afraid. But you know, it's one of those things. It's past the rich heritage of British brewing. It's now, you know, lots of people love it. I'm sure lots of people love Pedigree. It's not really for me. I will drink this pints because I've bought it and it's fine, but it's not horrible. It's not disgusting. It's just boring, and that's okay. That's fine. It's okay to have boring brown beer. It's good to have that. Some people like this. Not everyone likes their beers to be hugely hopped. People like variety, so. Let's leave it there. I'll put the Pedigree to one side and tell me what you think. Do you like Pedigree? Do you think it's rubbish? Do you think it's got a place in British brewing, or should they stop making these sort of beers? So let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you for another beer review soon.